Perfect. Ew. That word just scares me. I have a strong reaction to it. How does the word perfect make you feel? Have you ever said, I've already messed it up? Why bother? Well, this live stream is for you because today we are talking about the danger of the all or nothing mindset. I wish Heidi was here to talk about this because this is a great topic and I would love some other people to chime in. So if you are watching this, help a girl out. Drop something in the comments about the danger of all or nothing. And this usually occurs when somebody says, I can't get it perfect, so why bother trying? I almost did that with my book. And then I said, you know what? It's good enough to send to the editor. And it was, and she fixed it. Thank you, Terry. But if I had that all or nothing mindset, I would have had it in my mind that I had to have it perfect before I sent it to be edited. Now, where else can that all or nothing mindset chime in? Well, if we go back to the beginning days of this live stream when Heidi and I were just figuring it out, we could have said, I don't know what I'm doing. Why bother? Or we could have said, oh, that was horrible. Why would we try to do this? Let's just quit. It's just not working. Or the time when Heidi's laptop fell or my dogs had a fight behind me and knocked everything down. We could have said, you know what, this is just too hard. Why bother? But we didn't. We kept going. We kept being imperfectly imperfect. Or should I say perfectly imperfect? But perfect is a dirty word. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to say it again. Perfect is a dirty word because if you are striving for perfection, you're going to be blocking your progress. Ooh, I like that statement. I wonder if anyone's ever said that before or if that's all me. If you are waiting for perfection, you are blocking your progress. Anybody have any ideas about that? Well, now let's talk about this in terms of creatives. When you are working on your creative project, whether you're writing a song or you're writing a speech or you're writing a book or painting a painting, arranging a flower display, whatever your creative project, do you just keep working on it until it's perfect? And then if you can't reach perfection, do you just toss it out, throw it away, never to be seen again? Or do you say, it's good enough? Because usually your good enough will be perfect in the eyes of the beholder, the eyes of someone else. Now let's use sparkle feathers as an example. Sparkle feathers started out, well, this is sparkle feathers number 2. Sparkle feathers number 1 couldn't be mass produced. So we set out to make a sparkle feathers 2.0. The only thing I knew, he had to be soft and cuddly. He had to wear the green shirt because that's in the book, and he needed the sparkling feathers, the sparkling hair. And Sparkle Feathers 1.0 didn't even have the sparkling hair. That was just something I wanted in the upgrade, because this is an upgrade that we found to get Sparkle Feathers mass produced. Hey Mark, how you doing? We're talking about the dangers of all or nothing. When we were working with the company who was going to manufacture Sparkle Feathers, first off, they sent a mock-up and he wasn't squishy enough, he wasn't chubby enough, he wasn't huggable enough. And then he wasn't smiling, and his eyes weren't green, and the hair just wasn't right. The hair wasn't doing it. Well, we could have scrapped the whole project and said they just can't do it. They can't get the hair right, so why bother? We just can't make Sparkle Feathers. No, that's not what we did. We took that as data. They can't find the right hair for what we want. So my promotions expert, my product expert who was helping me, Sharon Unger, who helped me get Sparkle Feathers designed and manufactured, she went out and sourced this cool sparkling hair. Instead of saying they can't do it, so we just won't get it done, she went out and sourced the hair from China and sent it to the company in China, and Sparkle Feathers 2.0 was born. So, Mark, do you have any example of when you might have said, this just isn't working, and then you made adjustments, you made changes, and you either made it work or you even made it better? Because sometimes if it's not working, if you can't get it just right, that's data telling you that something needs to change. Well, just like if something in your life is making you unhappy, if you don't like your job, or you don't like where you live, or you don't like whatever it is you don't like about your life at the moment, that is data. Now, figure out what it is about that you don't like. Mark said, I did with an editor who is not working at it. I got a new one. So Mark could have just quit writing the book and said, well, I can't get this editor to work. But no, he took that as data. It's time to find a new editor. The all or nothing, the nothing mindset would have been, this is too hard, I'm just going to quit. But Mark got a new editor, and the book was published. Any other examples of all or nothing? Have you ever started to cook something and you've put the ingredients in the pot, and then you realized you're missing an ingredient? Do you dump that whole pot of food out because you can't make what you originally started to make? Well, I don't. I'll adjust the recipe. I'll find a substitute, or I'll turn it into something new, because the universe just told me there's something better out there for you. all or nothing mindset will keep you blocked. The all or nothing mindset is also difficult when you're trying to make changes in your life. Because when you're trying to make changes in your life, again, you might know that something's not working and you might not know where to go to make it work. You might not know what to do to make things better. So, what do you do? Do you bury your head in the sand and say, I don't know what to do? No, you try something. And if that doesn't work, you take the data from what you learned and you try something new. And I'm going to use an example. After I got back from Iraq, I developed some bad allergies to the point that my liver was shutting down and all the medication they was giving me was making it worse, and unhealthy habits for many years just compiled and compounded, and I was sick. I had a full body rash and I was just a miserable mess. And I had to go on an elimination diet. Now, that rash cleared up and I started feeling better, but I knew I would be miserable if I kept eating nothing but organic bone broth and cooked carrots. I could not live the rest of my life on that. I had to start eating other foods. So I took the data. Here's my beginning point. This is how I feel eating this. And then I added one food. And I saw how it made me feel. If I started getting symptoms again, I said, okay, that's a food that causes symptoms. So I stopped eating that. Then the next day, I tried one food, collected the data from that food. And I went on like that until I started seeing patterns and trends that finally helped me discover what it was I was allergic to. Now, that may have been a drastic case of the all or nothing approach because what you eat is very much a part of your life, a part of your social life, a part of your health. But the same approach worked for me when it was time to retire. Ah, my whole identity was an aircraft electrician. My whole adult life, I was an aircraft electrician, and I didn't know what to do besides being an aircraft electrician. I went to school thinking that there were things I wanted to do, but then I discovered that wasn't what was going to make me happy. But I had to try. Now, the all or nothing approach, I could have said, well, that didn't work, so I guess I'll just be an aircraft electrician and not retire. I took that as data. This isn't making me happy. Let's try something else. And that's when I decided I wanted to try entrepreneurship. But again, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I could have said, oh, this is too hard. I just can't figure it out. I'm just going to be an aircraft electrician the rest of my life and be miserable doing it because my body hurts. And it's just, I love the job, but face it, I'm not as young as I used to be. I wish I could still do that, but I needed to find something else to do. Have you ever felt that way? I'd love for someone to drop a comment in the chat and tell me, has there been a time in your life when you knew you needed to change something, but you just didn't know what to change, or you didn't know what would make you happy? You just knew you weren't happy at that moment. And the all or nothing mindset kept me stuck for a long time because I thought, this is where I should be at this stage of my life. I had a Master of Business Administration. I had done doctoral studies. I was writing my dissertation. And I listened to shoulds. I listened to what people said I should do. People told me, well, you should be working in corporate America making the big bucks. You should be in management. You should strive for something bigger and better. Those shoulds led me to the danger of all or nothing mindset because it didn't let me explore all the other things that could make me happy. Once I changed that all or nothing mindset and stopped listening to what people said I should do, and I started exploring what I wanted to do, that's when new opportunities started to arise. That's when new ideas started to form. When I was stuck in that all or nothing mindset of I should do what everyone says I should do, all I could think about was, this is what I need to do. This is what society tells me I should do. This is what I should want to do. And I had no mental capacity to seek out other things that made me happy. Okay, let's go to Mark's comment. When I got out of the military, I could not find a job in logistics, which was mobility, reading war plans, and other types of logistics, which the civilian world did not have. That is a perfect example. Mark had all of this training in the military that did not cross over to a civilian job. So if Mark said, well, I can't find a job in this field, maybe I should just stay in the military, then, well, we wouldn't have a fantastic children's author today, for one. So Mark, what did you do? What did you do when you discovered that you couldn't find a job in your field? How did you break that all or nothing mentality and figure out what you wanted to do? And I see Mark's other comment, you are young at heart. Yeah, I like to think I'm young at heart because my inner child is the one playing this game for me. And I think that's another good point we can make right now. When you feel stuck, when you feel that all or nothing mindset creeping up on you, when you feel like you just can't do what you're doing anymore, but you can't figure out what to do instead, dig into that inner child, play, go out for a walk. Or what I used to do, I go play with my dogs. And then I come back with a new attitude, and that creativity would spark. And well, that's really was the catalyst for me becoming an author and a coach. Because when you're stuck, I could have sat behind this computer all day trying to figure it out, but walking away cleared up that mental capacity to open up the creative flow so I could figure out something different. So back to Mark's story. Mark became a security guard and a corrections officer. Well, that's a big difference from a logistics specialist in the military. And now I'm curious, how did you go from logistics specialist to security guard? That is an interesting jump. Well, I guess it's about as interesting as mine, from aircraft electrician to children's author. You never know unless you open up the flow. Ooh, I'm just hitting on all cylinders tonight. You never know unless you open up the flow. And the flow I'm talking about is your creativity. And yeah, I was making videos today for the kids about Ohm's law, electricity, and math. And I'm using the analogy of a water hose. So think of that water hose and the water flowing through that. That water flowing through the water hose is your creativity. And the all or nothing mindset is like crimping that hose and stopping that flow of water. And then remember, all you have to do is uncrimp that hose and play in the sprinkler like a kid. Okay, back to Mark's story. Mark said he became the security guard and correction officer because the area where he lived was pushing corrections. Right place, right time, huh? Have you ever thought that sometimes if you just look outside of those blinders you set for yourself, that there's a whole forest you can't see, but that little tree trunk's in your way? Well, Mark took a look at what was going on around him and found a new opportunity. If you're watching this and you're stuck in that all or nothing mindset and you want to get some feedback on what you're doing, the Believe community does what we call portal parties. And Mark's come to our portal party before. He likes them. And I want to show this little video about what a portal party is. Portal party is an opportunity to get feedback on anything you're working on. Until Heidi got feedback that people didn't understand what her social media was about, she didn't know she needed to change it. It's so easy to say.
The porta potty is where we take you away from in a portal party.
If your idea belongs in a porta potty right now, come to a portal party to get it out of the porta potty and help it make sense. I love that little commercial. It is just, it's cute and memorable. So if you get stuck in that all or nothing mindset, remember you have an opportunity to come to a portal party. And I will be putting the link to the portal party in the chat. But because I'm here alone today, it's a little hard to be putting links everywhere and doing all of that. So I will be putting it in the chat. Well, you know what? Let's just make it easy. I could pull it up right now. Maybe. I lost it. Okay, I can't find it right now. You might be asking, why am I all alone today? Everybody send positive vibes to Stormy. Stormy is Heidi's dog, and Stormy injured her paw and had to go to the doctor today. So hopefully Heidi will be back next week with Stormy. I haven't heard from her yet to see how they're doing, but Stormy had to go get her paw fixed. She broke her toenail, and apparently it started bleeding. But anyways, back to the subject at hand. We are talking about the all or nothing mindset and why it is such a danger. And I wouldn't be a good coach if I didn't offer you an opportunity to explore how to get out of that all or nothing mindset. And I am going to share with you a link to something new that I have just launched, and it is my new community, and it is called the Clarity Starter Pack. In the Clarity Starter Pack, you will find worksheets that will help you gain clarity, that will help you clear that mental chatter, that mental fog that's keeping you stuck. If you're suffering through the all or nothing mindset, a little bit of self-reflection and brainstorming can help you break through that barrier of the all or nothing mindset. So let me share this Clarity Starter Pack. It is free. And there we go. I was going to say, and now my website isn't working. It's just one of those days. Okay, here's the link to the Clarity Starter Pack. It is a free resource that I'm offering in my community. And if you want to go further after the free my mouth isn't working today. If you want to go further after you've completed the free resources, then by all means, there are opportunities to work with me. But take advantage of the free stuff. There's 4 free worksheets there to help you reduce that mental clutter, to help you figure out what to do next if I can't do this anymore. They're just journaling prompts and questionnaires that can help you uncover what is keeping you blocked. Well, that's our episode for today. Please, if you're watching this in the replay, plop a comment and let us know what's been stopping you. And I have a new one from Mark. Mark said he edited a story so much that at some point he just published it because he was blindsided by perfectionism and had to let it go. And we've all suffered from that before. No, one more change. One more change. Oh, I need to add a little bit more. Sometimes enough's enough. Enough's enough. And with that, it's time to sign out for this episode of Believe You Can. Check out the portal party and come see us again next Tuesday at 4:30. And Heidi, Please come back. Bye for now.